This is the month. This is the game that they voted on this month because this month's theme was kind of a games that we're returning to. So this is a game that I played in the past quite a bit, and there's been like a year and a half of updates to it since I last played it. So getting back into it, we're playing the Ancients right now, which are the undead race who summon little demons to take care of themselves, or take care of themselves for them so that they don't need to, or whatever. But I'm doing that specifically. Because they weren't in the game, at least not fully functioning when I first played the game. So yeah, getting back into this. Aside from that, this game's just a super chill kind of low maintenance, but also game that'll kill you really quickly. So it's super chill, but also then it'll just kill you. So we'll have some fun with this for the remainder of the stream. But if you just look at this game, you'll immediately see that this is kind of Dwarf Fortressy looking, right? This is kind of where we started. These are our stockpiles. We've got water. There's some tree trunks around. If I go up a little bit, stuff fades off into the distance, just like in Dwarf Fortress. If I zoom down into here, whoopsies. This is like kind of my main construction layer here. And then if I go down my little hole that I've dug here, there are these tombs that we've discovered down here, which have cool items in them and other things, and including some little nasties that want to kill me. These people who are in this tomb and very slowly digging towards me to come kill me eventually. So I might have to dig to them to kill them first. But that's how life goes. Aside from that, digging is pretty similar to Dwarf Fortress. Building is pretty similar to Dwarf Fortress. But these characters, mechanically, I have to take items and break them down to be able to summon these little demon imps, which are my minions, if you will. So they're kind of dungeon keepery. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to just dig to here and just fight them because I'm kind of tired of waiting for them to get here. So let's just deal with this. Because this guy's about to start digging again, I assume. Yeah, there he goes. See? He's digging. He's digging slowly. It's going to take him forever because he doesn't have any tools, but... This is Odd Realm. So if anybody has any questions, I probably can't answer them, but maybe I can. We'll see. But, yeah, I really hope that... Here comes my guys. You can also just put the game into slow motion, which is apparently where I had it initially. But I have all my guys grouped into group 1, so I can just summon them all into here and just fight these guys and just beat them to death. They might actually kill some of my demons on the way, which would suck, but they're there. So this is Odd Realm. Yeah. There's a carrot, which I found in a tomb, so it's a tomb carrot. So shoutouts to tomb carrots. The greatest gift that nobody really realized that they wanted, but they definitely needed. Excuse me? That's the name of an imp? I'm gonna pretend that I didn't read that because I hate that. Tiny pooper, eh? Strictly worse than wall meat? What if you're trying to make a tomb salad? Like, tomb vegetables are very helpful when you're trying to make a tomb salad. Yeah, it's an ancient carrot of mysterious origins. Because there are these little tombs that are sometimes discovered deep in the grounds. Okay, how much power do you have left? Okay, you guys are almost out. I need to, definitely produce some more void shards. I can make them out of plant fiber. And I also need more of that arcane dust stuff, this stuff, which is made out of bones and other things. And then I can use those to summon more Void Wokens and Void Imps. So let's get 4 Void Wokens and 3 Void Imps made. I'm probably going to need those once we get to these guys. Here come my other guys. I'm gonna have to fight with these guys in a second. No, chat's just quiet right now. Infinity, it's not you. Chat's just quiet. It kind of happens when you change games, you know? Okay, so now we got a pause time.
Yes.
And I gotta select this group. And, just gonna tell them to go here. Run away, everybody! No! Not my poor imps. Okay, fine. We'll just go fight. Okay, it looks like that's one of them dead. I've lost a few imps, though. Alright, both of them are dead. Cool. That's pretty easy. And I think that's all of them. So now we got a bunch of stuff to go loot. Is loot a button? There it is. Loot. So now we're going to queue up some loot. So I got various little items to loot. Because of the hangups today? Yeah, there hasn't been too many Twitch issues since this morning, from what I can tell. 3 entities leveled up, and I'm up to 8 entities now because my little summoner is making more. Little Orax the Stoned. And then who's my other person? My other person is Fei Koten the Fast. So, as you dig down, you find fun. Like we just did. But that's okay. It's part of the intended experience, I guess. Oh. Seasons. Meaning it might start snowing soon. What was I doing? Deconstruct, I think? Butcher, harvest, clear, remove. Let's clear and remove all of this stuff from all these tombs. All of them. Get them all removed. Yeah, if anybody is confused about what you're looking at visually, just let me know. We'll also do our squeaking have appeared, which I'm pretty sure are literally just squirrels. This is our little dirt mound of a home. We're gonna have to, pretty it up a little bit, I think. If I could get some more wood hacked down, I could also use that to make more shards. Game's a little bit more intelligent than Dwarf Fortress when it comes to selecting where to put stuff. Squirrel people? No, just squirrels. The Squeakin' are literally just squirrels. Not squirrel people, just squirrels. So something that I kind of want to do is I kind of want to make a moat that goes underneath here. There's a lot of different demons that you can summon. So one thing I kind of want to do is go underneath here. So I kind of want to have a little, well, maybe not little, but a moat. And then from there we can work on this some more. They'll dig into these little holes and dig all the way along here. This will give us a little moat that we can make. And they'll get to it. They'll be pretty efficient about it too. Are there sieges of some kind? I'm not entirely certain because it's been a long time since I played this game, but I know that you can travel from place to place. You do get raided and stuff, but we're in a pretty peaceful spot, kind of intentionally because I'm rusty at this game. But if I pop out to the world map, we are settled right here, and I know it's possible to migrate to a different tile. I don't know about attacking other people. I'm not entirely certain, but I know for a fact I'm not really equipped to do that. But there are other things in the world. Also, I love the kind of Super Nintendo looking clouds in this game. So in theory, we could move to like one of these kind of corrupted biomes, which is where our people normally live. The thing is they're often kind of scary neighbors-wise. So we're not living in those corrupted biomes just because I don't want to get attacked by scary neighbors. Because I'm just trying to remind myself how to play the game. But you can like, you'll get attacked by different people. There's pretty interesting construction and whatnot, and fun things that you'll run into, and things for you to kill and murder, and things that want to kill and murder you, and all those other good times. But the one thing that it really does that I think makes it cool, just because it's a game that's trying to be like Dwarf Fortress, is it actually has like fully functioning Z levels, which a lot of games that are trying to be like DF just don't have. Also, it's a solo developer who's been working on the game for a while and kind of wants to do the Dwarf Fortress thing of just continuing to work on it, so I respect that a whole lot. Can I make... I can. I'm gonna make a ton of shards out of dirt clods. And just make us a bunch of Void Wokens, please. Because those don't need to sleep. So these little guys are Void Wokens. They have 10,000 energy. When they run out of energy, they go poof and disappear. But as my guys get better and they level up, we can make better things. So that part's kind of cool. What are the shards for? The shards are what I use to summon demons. And I have to make them. Because I'm not in a biome where I can mine them. If I was in a corrupted biome, I could mine them. But then I'd have to deal with corrupted biome things, which I don't really want to do. Also, as I said, the music's great. Like, listen to this. I'm also trying really hard to not just, like, dig into my base. Which is right there, and I could very easily dig into it if I wasn't careful, so... Could very easily dig into it if I'm not careful. But the humans don't have to worry about shards at all. They just, instead of having to like break down plant matter and like dirt and other things and turning them into evil shards, they just, you know, do kind of your more standard farming and like animal husbandry and all that. But if I dig deep enough, I can find raw shards that I can mine. But digging also encounters those tombs that have things in them that want to kill me. But the tombs can also have more undead, which are my people, which are basically liches. Yeah, so these are... The shards are how you acquire workers. Trying to see if I could do this safely without like, well, I mean, if I kill these guys, I kill these guys. His email, but I don't think it'll speed anything up. Because, like, you can just send him an email, but like I said, I don't think you're going to get very far with that. It's a nice thought, but I wish it was that easy. I mostly just want to see how interesting the ground physics are now. Or the water physics are now. See if they've changed much. Need to have a little route for them to climb out. So they're actually quite far down in there. Go get it, boys. Diggy diggy. Yeah, they're pretty good at it. My little demons do pretty good digging. They also do pretty good hauling. All right, so I'm going to make a zone up here, which is going to be a... I love that this is the beverages zone. It straight up just looks like a middle finger to me. It's like, this is the middle finger zone. The what now? And quickly make a custom zone. Say dirt and stone chunks. We'll just go up here. Kind of dug too far down in one spot. Well, that's okay. It's going to take him a little bit to get out of here anyway. So if I go to build and I go to ladder. You know what? Let's put it there. And then hold Alt. And that should help them get out up and down much easier. So that they can clear all this stuff out. Because there's a lot of dirt and rock down there that I want to get cleared out before we, you know. Do this again. You've read wooden leg instead of log? It's definitely logs. And then we'll have to do this again up here. Just want to make a moat. I mean, there's nothing wrong with listening to too much Ailstorm. Let's be frank here. There's nothing wrong with listening to too much Ailstorm because your pirate ship can eat a bag of dicks and your stupid fucking ship can eat a bag of dicks. There's going to be a weakness here, though. Unless I want to... I mean, I could do it that way. You know what? Actually, yeah, sure. Why not? Let's do it that way. Let's do this the silly way. Because the silly way is, like, more complete in its actual defense. That's not what I wanted to do. That's the tool I wanted. This is probably going to dig right through my fort. Are there ships in this game? No. Now that I'm pretty certain there isn't. But it's one of those things where it's like, not yet. From when I played it the first time, about 2 years ago, there was about, easy to say, about 30 to 40 hours worth of content in this game. Like, just stuff to do before you start seeing the same thing frequently. Oh, did I just, like, fuck this whole thing up? Oh, no, I didn't. Whew. And so there's more now at this point. But there still isn't, like, you know, infinite stuff to do by any stretch. It's another one of those games where it's like, it's very much trying to be like Dwarf Fortress, but it's also different enough that it kind of stands on its own legs. I also would describe this as a really good, like, entry drug into Dwarf Fortress, although maybe that's what Going Medieval is now. I don't know, I haven't played Going Medieval yet. There we go. We're now digging into my current living area right here, which I'm going to need to build floors and roof on. It's quite the little army I have, jeez. It's like this little cloud of floating demon dudes show up. But you know, the advantage that Dwarf Fortress has over this game easily is it's free, right? This game is not free. This game's $10, but also I think $10 is a very, very, very fair ask for this game. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to build a little bridge here. So let's do that. So stone tiles. Hold down Alt. Build over that hole. Then we'll need to dig out that, and then that'll flood the whole thing. But at least for me, it's one of those like, oh, well, it's very much different enough that I can just play this and enjoy it separately from Dwarf Fort. I don't know if they'll be able to build those. I think they will. Without any trouble. I don't know how well these little demons can maneuver, but... It is also really nice getting to move from Z level to Z level with just the mouse wheel. Although every now and again my stupid muscle memory tries to make me hold down shift, but it doesn't usually end up working out that way. Also, the soundtrack helps. You got your sauce for sweet and sour chicken? Good shit. Wait, are you making your own Chinese food? Never mind, chat. This is the best game ever made. They can build diagonally and above things. And walls from below. This is the best game ever made. I think they can do that. If they can, actually, this is maybe the best game ever made. If they build all of this without, like, failing... Diagon Alley, yeah. You know what was a thing I saw on Reddit the other day? If Diagon Alley sold sex toys, what would it be? And there was a lot of really good responses in that. Diagonally. Yep, they are fucking building that wall without any trouble. Look at these little dudes. All right, now I can mine through this. And we'll see if they drown. I don't really care if they do because they're pretty disposable, but still. Is that bad of me to be like, yeah, I don't care if these guys drown. I guess we are undead monsters, you know? Let's see if they can get to that. Mine that out. All right, chat. How many of you do you think? How many of these demons do you guys think are going to drown in here? My guess is like 5. Question mark has been destroyed by water. That's fine. I don't know who question mark is, but I hope it didn't like him. There we go. Here comes the water. Okay. There goes 1, 2, my guys. Looks like 2 of them drowned. Ding! Little bit T leveled up. Well, nice, I think. Can someone clip that? Because that looks way cooler than it did the last time I did that. Also, are those... I think that was a pretty successful little water whoosh. I mean, it made a little ding when the person died. Just like this one's about to die. Or is almost died? This one almost died in the water. And now is like hanging off the side of the... Oh, you're fine. Almost died in the water. I think that was pretty successful, if I do say so myself. Acceptable losses. Let's go down to here. There. 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 And there. Now we gotta let them work on that wall. They seem to just be able to fly. So they seem to be able to kind of fly over the water. They're pretty effective little guys. Sploosh. Something got destroyed. Did you just drop yourself in there? No, you didn't. Okay. I think what it was it was the level up ding, and somebody leveled up dinged around the same time the water went whoosh. That's a very silly sentence to say, but... I think it's actually like resources that are being destroyed by the water. Shut up and take your soul. I mean, we are bringing the souls of the dead back to inhabit our monstrous creations temporarily to do our work for us. Wouldn't that be like rude if you're just like chilling dead and then suddenly out of fucking nowhere it's like a little dude's just like, now you get to be my servant. And you're like, but dude, I was just chilling here. What the fuck? What? All right. I'm gonna have to make a little drawbridge or something. It's even worse when you make them build a water park for them. Yeah, it's like I'm over here just like constructing water slides. It's like, I was dead, man. What the hell, dude? Also, like, the best part about these little servants is they are completely disposable. I can just make more. Like, literally, I can make them out of dirt. Because I can make shards out of dirt, and they're made out of shards. So I can literally just make more. But if I was playing humans, then I'd have to breed more, which would be a little bit, you know, be a little bit more, slightly more effort. Also, there's like changing seasons and piling snow in this game too. So if you don't make your walls big enough, you have like you may have to like, you know. Oh, somebody died. There goes another one. Another one bites the dust. Hey, we made another one. Perfect. There's more where that came from. Don't even worry about it. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta check something. There is a sound effect in this game that bothers me. It's a fly buzzing. It's when something is rotting. There's a little bzzz sound that happens, but it's either only in the left ear or only in the right ear, and it bothers the crap out of me. Like, the first time I heard it, I thought that it was in my apartment, and it was freaking me out. I was like, where is that sound coming from? What the fuck? What is that mysterious buzzing noise, basically? No, actually, because I try to block most of Sims 1 out of my brain. Because I have nothing but bad memories of that game. My little sister forced me to play that game for years. Oh, hey, one of those guys died. Yay, I can make more arcane dust. So I can make more of the minions that are actually super fucking effective. I'm gonna make a bunch of void shards out of wood. Because I have a bunch of wood just lying around right now. Nope, save. I mean, you know that story probably, Bastet. You've definitely heard me tell that story before. I did say The Sims 1, yeah. My little sister made me play The Sims 1 for my screen time when all I wanted to do was play like ADOM or RuneScape for my screen time growing up. And so my little sister the result is my little sister has extremely fond memories of watching me play The Sims 1, and I just was bored out of my fucking mind because all I could do was play The Sims 1. But I would do it because it would let me play more computer games. So, yes. I was forced to play The Sims 1 by my little sister. And it's funny because I've told her pretty recently that... Oh, another imp was born. I told her pretty recently that I have terrible memories of that. And she's like, you have bad memories of that? Why didn't you say something? I would have let you stop. And I'm like, you say that now as a grown-ass adult, but as a little kid, you certainly would not. You certainly would still have made me do that. I could probably get more bones from the squeaking and make more arcane dust, but... That's so amusing when that happens. I like watching the water cave in this. I have to build little bridges across this, though. Thanks, Infinity. If you could also post that on the Halcyon Frequency Discord, that would be fantastic. That would be fantastic if you could do that for me. Alright, I guess we're... Ding. And... that's gonna be our little bridge.
Here's some arcane shards.
Thanks for those arcane shards. Cheers. Gonna use those to summon the souls of the dead from the ground. Thanks for the bits today. Seriously. Ding. Little boss. Leveled up to level 6. Snoot have appeared on the map. I don't know what snoot are. You can like also... oh, they're like snakes. Little snakes. Snoots. Animals are tameable and trainable and breedable in this game. Hey, Mirthsoft. Welcome to a little bit of Odd Realm. You can also, like, you know, forge metals and make glass and clothing and all that stuff, too. For a little like solo developer project, this game's quite well developed, honestly. It's another one of those games that does a really good job kind of getting the Dwarf Fortress feel across without like just being Dwarf Fortress, you know? Things are pretty good. Things are pretty all right. I hope Mirth's doing good today. You have the fondest memories of Sims 1. You and a pal played the shit out of it. That's like me and like Age of Empires and Heroes of Might and Magic and other games. I have very fond memories of those games. But Sims 1, no. Nothing but hatred for that game. But it's also like totally ridiculous that I have nothing but hatred for that game, and I completely I'm completely self-aware that it's ridiculous that I have hatred for that game. Like it's very much a self-aware. Like I realize that it's silly. The popping sound in this game makes building super duper 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 satisfying. I really hope that Tarn Adams is looking at games like this for ideas on how to make the Steam version feel. If it feels like this, it'll be great. Oh, one of my guys timed out. His time in the realm of the odd is over. It's very warm. It is spring. It's like games I have fond memories of are like Age of Empires 1, Age of Empires 2, Age of Empires 3, SimCity, SimCity 2000, SimCity 4, all that stuff I got very fond memories of. But, you know, things that you have fondness for is not always like, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's not always logical, you know? I might cut this whole little island out. Speaking of Wololo, me and Evil Trick have played quite a bit of that game. Quite a bit. It's been good times. Oh, also, I haven't said thank you enough today, so thanks everybody for all the bits and everybody for hanging out and just chilling. It's been a fun first stream of the week. Looking forward to another week of this. Should probably make our like little area nicer. Okay, what else do we need for rooms? Summoning Chamber, Immortality Tomb, Retrograde Grade Arcanium. What do I need to be producing? Campfire lets us make coal and petrified water. Can make crossbows, hatchets, scythes, sickles. Tannery lets us make leather. Like these are all the different workshops that you can make. So there's like, and then once you have them made, then you can like see what you can make at them. And the ones that are unique to these characters are these void ones. Ford had a tantrum spiral from a weregrowth attack that killed the mayor. Oh no. I don't know if that's technically a tantrum spiral, but if everybody's dying, that's not very good. The original, like, actual tantrum spirals don't actually exist in the game anymore. But that is still unfortunate if everybody died. So I'm going to build this into a little castle thing. Now that I have so many little soldiers, we can just, like, get them to do whatever we want. Quite literally. Look at those little snakes. Those little snoots. Those are adorable. I wonder if they're going to fight with me. Might. A bunch of my guys are hurt, but it's okay. They're replaceable. You remember tantrum spirals? What, like actual tantrum spirals? Yeah. Me, when I got heavily into Dwarf Fortress, was kind of the end of that era. That's not what I want to do. That's the button I want to click. There we go. That sounds like very poor mismanagement on your part. Like almost always if tantrum spirals happen now in Dwarf Fortress, it's the fault of the player. But yeah, that sounds like gross misconduct on your part, unfortunately. But yeah, that sucks. But sometimes a tantrum spiral can be a very good way to end a fortress. Usually if a tantrum spiral like that happens, it's because it's only a matter of time. But it is the way of things. We need to dig deeper and find more tombs so that I can get more settlers. Also looks like more of my guys are dying, so I think it's time to make some more void shards. Currently I got 37, which is pretty good, so let's make a bunch more void wokens. Make 10 more. More imps if I can, because they're very fast at mining. These guys are the little imps, and the little floating guys are the wokens. Grieving farmers and any good manager. Well, like a tantrum spiral is just tantrums happening so fast that you can't recover, right? But what a lot of people mistake for tantrum spirals these days isn't actually a tantrum spiral. It's actually a loyalty cascade. Loyalty cascade happens when a dwarf kills a dwarf that is best friends with a dwarf, and then the dwarf's best friend decides to kill the dwarf who killed the dwarf's best friend, and then that just, does that make sense? And then that dwarf's best friend kills that dwarf's best friend. It's kind of like a Hatfield-McCoy situation. Those are what most people like mistake as loyalty cascades. Loyalty cascades are what most people mistake as tantrum spirals. But it's a tantrum spiral in theory, sort of. But they're actually loyalty cascades. I'm not sure if that sort of stuff can happen in this game though. Now I'm kind of curious if tantrum spirals and loyalty cascades could happen in this game. I don't think so, especially not this race, but it's got my brain all curious. Building a little castle. This game makes very satisfying looking little castles. I think we're going to build up here, and then I'm going to pack up, and we're going to migrate down to a scarier area. I think that's what we're going to do on this playthrough. And this grass will actually, like, grow out and fill up this whole area. An owl have appeared on the map. Would you look at that? Fascinating. I don't know. Like, the whole migrating thing was, I think, the most recent update to this game, so I don't actually know. I know that you can migrate, and worlds are seed-based, so I guess... So this game doesn't have world generation like Dwarf Fortress does, but it has world seeds, so I guess in theory you could, like, generate the same seed. And I know that you can migrate from place to place, but, like, if you die, I don't know if you can, like... reclaim in the same world. I don't think that you can do that, but I know that you can migrate from place to place, more a la RimWorld. I need to sneeze. Five entities has leveled up. Look at that. I like how you have one food because these people don't eat food. I kind of, because currently we're living underground in these, in like infinite living chambers down here. I kind of want to build immortality chambers up here in this castle that I am now constructing. And the music kicks back in. There isn't enough music in this game, but the music that is here is very good. I don't know what it reminds me of, but this music reminds me of something, and it makes me happy. They're low maintenance, unless you run out of shards, and then your summoners die, and if your summoners die, then that's bad. And shards are a little bit harder to come by than the other things. Hold on. I'll show you. Because okay, so there's these shards, right? These shards are easy to come by. But then there's the other thing that is harder to get. Void crystals. Yeah, so you need 10 void shards to produce void crystals. If you run out of void crystals, then you're in trouble. And currently, I'm out of void crystals, so I should make some void crystals. Because that's what my big guys need, so... where's the thing? They're pretty low maintenance. They're not huge maintenance, but... my little demon guys are low maintenance. My summoners, or the actual undead lich people that I have, which I only have 2 of, are pretty high maintenance. Terraria? Kind of Terraria-ish. Kind of Terraria-ish. But it's not Terraria that I'm thinking of, because I haven't actually really played much Terraria. I've listened to that soundtrack, though. It's a different game that it's reminding me of. Sims? You've never played Terraria? I don't know if I'd say Sims, necessarily. But I can start working on the next layer of this wall. Is there, like... ornate wall? Ooh. No, actually. That's not what I want to do. I'm going to just go around this base layer. I'd say they're about as low maintenance as dwarves, honestly. I'm just like completely digging into my own living space right now, which is totally fine because I want to build over top of it anyway with stone, but it's kind of funny. I'm digging right into my own living space. All right. Hope you guys like sleeping outside because you're about to. Yeah, because I have a lot of little demons, and these little demons are real fast at digging. And I can make more of them out of the hill, which is good. I'm chewing through these hills so fast that I didn't realize I was chewing into my own living space. But I'm also in a low threat zone, you know? Like, this is pretty sandboxy. I'm still trying to think what this music reminds me of. It's not Terraria. Terraria's close, but... Okay, so we're gonna go up here. I'm gonna go to build, and we're gonna go... tile. And we're gonna tile off the area that we are living in, which is down here. We're gonna start building a second floor, because currently that's like the cellar area. Do, 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 do. And mine out the rest of this. Is it just like caving in? It's fucking caving in. But look at that. Do 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 do. SimCity? Maybe like OG SimCity. Like SimCity on the Super Nintendo. So this is just the layer that I'm working on. This is my little living area, and then this is the layer that I've been chewing through. You know, I'm going to go down to ornate wall, and I'm going to give us a little wall right here. And I'm going to dig out all of this layer down here, which is probably going to expose more sunlight, which is fine. Yeah, it's definitely exposing more sunlight. But they will go and just replace these walls, these dirt walls, with ornate walls, which I love. It's such a nice feature. And then I can go one up above and go up to here and start building all of those flat tiles. Tile. Right here. Hold down Alt. Build over top of all this damn shit. Can you put in a glass roof? Probably. I don't know how to make glass currently. Or I don't have the stuff set up to make glass currently, but I probably could do that. One thing's kind of funny. If you build a wall underneath a thing, then the thing will then appear on top of the wall. Which I think is really funny. There they go. They're just doing the building thing slowly.
Yes.
That's not what I wanted to do. Tile. Oh, I see why I can't see it. It's because when I go down here. Okay, this makes more sense now. Also, hi, Hank. What's up? Why do I keep doing that? B. Shift. That's what I need to fill in right there. There we go. Got lots of stuff to fill in with rock. I also need to go dig up more rock, probably. I'm going to go down to this layer down here, which is all dark. Why is it all dark? Probably because I removed the torch. So if I go to build and then... we'll just place some torches so that they can actually, so that I can actually see. I'm sure they can, but I can mine out all this rock down here. But yeah, you probably could do that. It's funny because like I haven't played much Starbound or Terraria, and it's funny that you keep saying the music's like that. Because to me, it's like I don't know. It's reminding me like a classic RPG or something. Like I don't know. It's like old tracker music, more like. We're still only in springtime, though. I'm looking forward to, like, winter. Because in winter, it snows a whole bunch, and snow piles up. And you have to, like, clear away the snow piles, and that part's kind of neat. Just digging out a whole bunch of stuff down here. This is like normal speed though. I've been running on slightly faster speed. I could even power the game all the way up to here so you can really chew away at stuff. This is like normal speed. So, you know, we'll slow the game down because we are building stuff really quick. Not like OG Zelda, but like maybe one of the later Zeldas. Actually, you know what it might be reminding me of? It might be reminding me of Harvest Moon. Like Harvest Moon on the DS. That might be it. But yeah, we're just digging out this big underground area. Ridgestone? Ooh, different colored stones. Fun. And yeah, if we dig into any tombs underground, we might find friendly people that will join us, and we might, like, friendly undead people to us that would be mad at anybody else in, like, weird buried tombs underground. We may also find little goblin people that want to horribly kill us, who in theory at some point will become a playable race in this game, which are not currently a playable race, but there's currently 2 playable races, the humans and then these little demon people that have kind of a dungeon keeper-y feel to them. There we go. Our torches got set up, so we have some nice lighting. And if you find ores, then you can make magic spell tomes and cast spells. Oh, did you cut yourself? I mean, I'm certainly, like, victim to my own stupidity when it comes to cutting onions. Should I do pasta or, like, potatoes for dinner? I don't know. Been thinking about it for the past, like, hour. It's, like, the most excited I get about my day is, like, deciding what to eat for dinner. But it's also, like, one of the hardest decisions I make every day. Just a nick. Yeah, well, at least it's just a nick. Nothing major. I've definitely, like, upsettingly stabbed myself while cooking in the past. It's just a mere flesh wound, for sure, but still unpleasant and painful. There's so much digging going on. What layer are these guys even digging on right now? All over the place. Owl have appeared on the map. Shoutouts to Owl. The Overwatch League seem to have appeared on the map. Oh. God, Frozen. Ugh, yeah, I mean, they're... So maybe plug your ears if you're squeamish about cuts. But I bought a brand new, like, large slicing knife, like a large chef's knife. Just like a multi-purpose knife. And it was extremely fucking sharp. And I was putting it, I slid it back into its case, and I stabbed my finger with it. And I felt the knife hit my nail. That was the biggest oopsie I made with a kitchen knife. A little bone. Should really make a bones stockpile up here somewhere. And then you start cutting the lemons and it's like, ah! Yeah, I've been there, Turpentine. Definitely been there. Oh, it's good to see you. It's nice to see you break and lurk every now and again. But yeah, this is gonna become our little tower thing. I'm gonna start just building up because right now this is kind of the cellar. You know what I mean? I'll place a bunch of stone tiles down here. Let's get all of this stone tiled up. We got lots of building that I'd like to do. Also, you can just like queue up tiles to be constructed underneath stuff. All right, let's crank out some more All these little base workers. What do you guys think? Let's order up 20 more. 20 more little base workers and one more void guy. If you were excavating a tower? Oh, I've definitely, like, I've almost, I'm like, all of this is floor that I'm building over top of open space that I dug into my own area. So we're now up to 30 dudes. Let's just crank out a bunch more. I also don't know how many people you can have before this game starts lagging, because I've never, like, tested it. So I only your next message is in approximately 3 weeks. Well, it's good to see you. I do see you lurking sometimes, so cheers. As I do look at my list of lurkers every now and again. This is me scrolling down my list of lurkers off tab on the game. Maybe if I tab out, it'll stop doing that. Yeah, it seems like it. But I see you guys. So you don't go unnoticed. I'll put it that way. Although, chat, can I get a round of beers for the lurkers? Because they're the people that actually keep me here. Like, let's be honest. I don't know what those little flickerings are. Oh, it's people building on the layer below. Interesting. Axon, were you here earlier? Because I don't know if you were lurking earlier or listening earlier, but your dwarf killed a net in long death today. Your dwarf is a hero, shall we say. Where's that menu that I was looking for? Well, currently there's one owl on the map. There's nothing hostile on the map, and 34 settlers. Or 34 people, but inventory overworld map. That's not where I wanted to go. I'm looking for a specific window that I can't actually find right now, because there is a big ol'... Ah, this is what I'm looking for. Where's the other work, build work, ranged? Because this is your construct, like your labor's screen. Skill permissions. You have permission to use your skill in. You can also like scale up and down this UI. You can make the UI smaller. These are my only actual summoners, these guys. So these are my only like void workers. These are all my imps, and then these are all my like non-job people that just kind of do everything. So those are their levels that they have in the job. So I can like force them to do certain skills. This is interesting, this priorities menu. So they automatically have priorities, but I can manually increase them. That's interesting. So are there no traders? If there are, I haven't met any. I know that there are, if you play as the humans there are. I don't know about this faction. Just increasing these priorities manually. So I want them to work on these floors. There we go. Speeding all this up. currently it's taking a bit. What's the point of the overworld map? You can move your whole base. So, yeah, you can go from place to place. So I could pack up everything and move. I don't know if I can have multiple bases, but I can migrate. So we are currently right here. So we could move here. So I guess if we like were to run out of resources here, we could move to like these mountains or this area or the desert or the frozen tundra or the mountains in the frozen tundra. So that's what the point of the overworld map is I can pack up and move. I'm not sure if you can see other people on the overworld map, but I'm gonna fill those back in with dirt because I accidentally dug them out. Yeah, kind of like the way RimWorld does it, sure. I don't think it's exactly the way RimWorld does it. I think the way RimWorld does it is kind of shit, but... and janky. This game's a bit more elegant in the way it does things. Also a bit more simplistic, I guess, in some ways, but more interesting in others. How do I get more void workers? By breaking down, sorry, I'm very late responding to that question because you didn't at me and I didn't see it. How do you get more void workers is by, when chat moves slower, I do a way worse job reading it, if that makes any weird sense. But you get more void workers by breaking down materials, and then you get void shards, and then you use void shards to make, you break down any material that you create, so like dirt is material, into shards, and then the shards are made into workers. But you can make better workers by taking bones, which are stuff that you've killed, and shards, and then you can make imps, which last longer and have legs instead of just fly around. So these are just your basic workers, and then these guys are you're just also a basic worker. Where's one that isn't just a basic worker? Hold on, let me slow down time so I can actually see what the fuck I'm clicking on. So these are imps, which are made out of bones and shards. Shards are made out of just random materials, so dirt or wood. The cheaper and easier access to material, the more of that material you need to make shards. So if it's like wood or plant fiber or something that's grown, I need to cancel those. If it's wood or something that's grown or something that's easily harder to access, then you need less of it to make shards. Here, it's maybe easier if I open this thing. Production workstations. Yeah, there we go. So I use the transmutations chamber, so I could take like 15 plant fiber to make a shard. I could take 5 wood to make a shard. I could take 10 stone to make a shard. I could take, etc. And then I use shards to make Void Woken, and I use Arcane Dust, which is made out of shards and bone, to make imps. I think that all makes sense. But currently I need more shards, so we're going to take a bunch of dirt, because I have a fuck ton of dirt. And I can set it as an auto job and say, hey, if I have X number of things, they'll just automatically make X number. So they will automatically make 10 if I run out. But I can manually make more. Does that make sense? Yeah, that is Miss the Imp. Micro. Micro Stinker the Imp. I think I can also manually rename them. And then the general workers are these guys. Imps are better at combat and mining, whereas the little floating guys are just kind of generic workers that die almost immediately. Does that make sense? Which is why sometimes you get yelled at, Freskins. I think I need to check my blood sugar. My brain's a little fuzzy. Back in 2 seconds. Uh-oh. There are people here. I'll worry about them in a second. Back in a mo. All right, I'm back. I also am kind of low, which is not good, but also not low enough to really be a medical emergency, just low enough to be annoying. All right, well, what do we have here? Says Dean Dorwick. Imagine having a last name like Derwick. Hand over 2 stone chunk and no one dies. 2 stone chunk? Fine. Fuck off. Good choice, cowards. Bye. I don't know how big their army is, so they could potentially just show up and fucking kill me. Next time they show up, they're gonna ask for more. Hi, Freeways. How are you? I'm gonna make my wall bigger, so it takes longer for them to climb over it. Also, I'm glad that you're fully aware why you get yelled at. That's kind of funny. It's like, okay, you can take the stone chunk, but then you have to carry it. But yeah, we're back. 2 stone to be talking? I've been there. Just like occasionally spam emotes, which is what I do when I'm really baked. Confused as to why those ones are red. These ones are not. I like how sometimes I see my dudes just like run by on a lower level. Kind of throws me off because I'm just not used to seeing that sort of stuff. I'm not used to seeing multiple levels at one time. Okay, why am I seeing these guys walk past up here? That's confusing. Because I shouldn't be. But here we are. It's almost like that's like a bug or some like a visual error. Is kind of what it feels like. That's why the Z levels are weird, because I'm not used to seeing multiple Z levels at a time. 3 entities have leveled up. But it's also kind of nice, because I'm not used to seeing that, so it's something new. And then that's already constructed wall, the red stuff. Yeah, I know. It's T, or it's Alt, but when I'm holding down Alt, I'm still seeing people on a lower layer. Because I'm seeing people that are down here from up here through that floor, which is why I think it's a visual bug, but... Because I hit that button. And it didn't fix the visual error that I was seeing. Or the weirdness that I was seeing. I don't think there's that much for me to read. I might refund that. Hold up. Actually, no, there's a little bit. Dodge this wrench or die. Ouch. The wrench was... And that's all I got. But it's going pretty good, Bobtron. Blood sugar was a little low. Head empty, no thoughts. Head empty, need more brain. I really want to see just how many things I can make. How many little peoples I can make. So we should make like... I don't know. Void imp. I need more stone. I need more void shards. Make more of these guys. So we should queue up some more void shards. Wait, why do I have 50 queued, but you're not making them? How come? How come no? Set priority. Number what? Number 3. Get that done. Come on.
Yes.
You right there. You should be making all these. Get to it. I only have one guys that can. I only have 2 guys that can make shards. So they're little undead dudes. I might actually get rid of this wall. It's fine though. You're sure there's more to it? I mean, it is kind of that, but because it's got multiple races, all the races play different than the dwarves in Dwarf Fortress do. So, yes, there is more to it than that. Considering right now we're playing little undead people that don't eat food and raise demons from bones that they've killed and stuff like that, which are kind of fun. And, you know, we're just trying to build an evil tower. As you do. Let's just speed time up a little bit. And the humans just threatened us, and we gave them the rock that they asked for. They asked for us to give them a rock, so we gave them a rock, and now they've agreed to leave us alone, which is very nice of them. Although, fortunately, we got lots of bone and tin ore, which is nice. Lots of stuff to make into, you know, dead people. Lots of dead people to make into undead people. There we go. Yeah, no, if you're interested in checking this game out, it is up on Steam and itch.io for like a steal of a price. This game's super cheap. This game's $10. It's so cheap. It's ridiculous. I just realized also I've screwed up my entrance. That's okay. I need a better entrance anyway. So this will be my new entrance. Just kind of waiting for all my demons to time out here. There are 2 races that you can currently play in the game. And there are more than that you'll run into. The 2 playable races are humans and undead. But there's also like goblins and other things that you'll encounter that will eventually be playable. I think it's, hold on, let me like look at the Steam page, but the planned playable races are humans, Tomek, Gurdur, Andrian, and Ancients. The current playable ones are Ancients and these guys. So there's 3 that are missing currently. But there's 2 playable races with 3 more being worked on. 5 procedurally generated biomes, 24 creatures, 100 plus weapons and gear, 100 plus buildable items and blueprints, 15 settler professions, bunch of different looking areas, piling up snow. A lot of cool shit in this game. It's one of those games where it's like, is it unique? No, I mean, nothing this game really does is super unique to it, but it kind of does it with a different flavor in a way that I really like. So it keeps me playing and interested. That's all it really needs to do. I got so much construction that needs to get done. But we're getting there. You know what's another thing I could do? I could make just like a big old rock pile. Stone chunks. Let's just put a big old rocks pile right there. This is also one of those games that I'm kind of worrying about now that, like, the Steam version of DF is announced, because it's like, it's still different enough that it's different from Dwarf Fortress. And so I'm kind of worried that games like this will kind of lose their place when the Steam version releases. It's like, as much as I'm hoping the Steam version is very successful, I kind of worry about games like this. You know, that are just like, oh, it's an accessible Dwarf Fortress as its selling point, right? It's like, I don't know if a game like this could really compete with Dwarf Fortress proper. If that makes any sense. Lots of idle people now. A little bit more mining. They're filling that pile up. But, you know, I like this game quite a bit. It's got a very nice charm to it. And there's still a few bits of dirt that I gotta cut out up top here. Notably all of those. All my imps are just bringing the stone chunks up there. Just need them to cut that out so that I can build that. Or build there. I guess the one thing I really need to try doing in this version of this game is moving. And also next time the humans come at us, we should just let them fight us, because I'm sure I got plenty of people to, you know, tell them all to go there and then do a, you know, the whole go get them and do the murdering thing. Because combat's way more efficient in this game than it is in Dwarfort. I will say that. You can just, like, do all this stuff, you know? And after a little bit, they just kind of go back to work. And you can also just control group them, which is really nice. So now I just need to press 1, and suddenly we select everybody. Yeah, there's obviously, you know, a lot of ways that this game just can't compete with Dwarf Fortress, but I don't know. It has charm. Or it makes up for it. So chat, what do you guys think of this game? We're a little quiet out there. There's a lot of you lurking. We're a little quiet. That or my chat just died, one of the two. So what do you guys think of what you've seen of this? I've just been kind of building a castle today, so it's been kind of low maintenance, but... These little guys are timing out and dying, though. As that counter goes down. They need to be replaced. Probably do some more digging. Dig down to lava or something. I wish the visuals were a bit clearer. It's funny that you say that because the devs already made the visuals a lot clearer. It's on Steam and Itch if you're interested in trying it. Xenofox. I'm working them past being dead. Well, I mean, I've ripped them out of the realm of souls to be my minions, to do my bidding. So, you know, they time out. So, you know, frankly, I think that they bloody well deserve it. They went and died. It's their fault. I mean, if they didn't die, then they wouldn't be open to be my slaves, okay? I mean, come on. That's their fault. In 3 hours while you slept, you decided to watch Blind actively instead. That seems like a very big waste of time, Freskins. And don't get in trouble at work, yeah? Yeah, no, this game's like visual issues are going to be the exact same problems that the Steam version of DF runs into the second people start controlling that fucking thing. People are just going to be like, ah, what the fuck am I looking at? It's going to happen like immediately. 4 of my dudes just keeled over. It's fine, we get bones out of them. We can use those to make stronger dudes. Quite literally. Need to mine out those. Those are the only bits that are left. This can be a big immortality chamber for one of my dudes, and this can be a big immortality chamber for my other dude. We're almost done building stuff, which is nice. Now I need to actually give them a stairway to get up and down. Actually, that's not true. They have those stairways. I guess they're just climbing because it's quicker. Did I forget to put a door in here? I think I did. Oops. Yeah, I built a little bridge over here. Got a little bridge on that side and started building one on this side and then kind of stopped. Should probably like, you know, maybe build a bridge over to this side. Also, this whole moat was dug out by me today. It's very quick to get stuff built in this game, which is kind of nice, actually. It's nice to have a game like this where stuff just kind of gets done, you know what I mean? That's a first. Well, I mean, sometimes you gotta, you know, do things the first time just to prove that they're possible, you know? And then never do them again. That sucks, though. Yeah, I really like the multiple layers, and I also like the fact that you can build torches and you can see the lighting. Yep. Xeno. Yep, they can. Like, they will shoot down from walls, although I would also say that don't get too excited about the way the combat in this game works. It's very much kind of the, you know, select the dudes and tell them to go punch the thing. But, I haven't messed around with it too much, but, where is the actual screen for it? Because this faction... Hi, Tom. How are you?
I really should drop in more often.
I mean, I'm here literally every day, so... I'm not seeing it now, but there is a, you can make, like, these tomes. They're there. Spellbook of Force, Spellbook of Cleaving. I don't know what an Adept Atrarium is. Fledgling Atrarium and a Makeshift Atrarium. I have no idea what any of these are. But if I make linens, which I have to grow stuff to make linens... and use copper ore in that, I can make whatever the fuck that is, which are used for spells, basically. But Tom, how you been, man? 45 months. That's a long goddamn time. I mean, you should at the very least pop in once a month and say hi. It's like, I'm here. Might as well. You know? It's not like I'm doing anything else. I'm just working. I'm just hanging out. It's not like I get to see you once a year at PAX anymore. Tom's one of the few people who's known me longer than I've streamed. One of the few people. I can count those people now on one hand, I think. And that includes my sisters and my parents. Actually, that's not true. If I counted like my immediate family, it'd be more than that. But it's very, very, very few people. Yeah, I think it's Harvest Moon is the music that this game's music is reminding me of. What do I need? I need shingles, I think. Just give me those little roof tiles. But this game certainly does the build pretty towns thing very, 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 very well. Just more than anything, I want to see this game get developed for a long time. Because whatever it is now is kind of irrelevant of what it could potentially turn into. And that's what I want to see from this game. I want to see what it could be. What it is now is already pretty cool, but it could be something awesome. That was a good nap. Dude, I could fucking use a nap. But if I nap, I won't sleep tonight, so. No naps. Naps mean no sleep later. All right, I think I'm going to build a bridge over here. I think I'm going to build a bridge over here. Actually, you know what? Let's build the bridge right here. We'll build the bridge right there. So I need another one. And I want this to have overhang so that things can't climb over it. So if they want to attack me, they have to walk across this bridge and then walk all the way around to here and then across that. At which point we'll be ready and waiting right there. I like that we missed one right there. And I also like that my little demon guys can just fucking fly over the river. They just don't care. There we go. A little entryway for our thing is done. Now I still got to put the roof on, you know, this. Latest Malwarebytes update doesn't like DirectX. I literally just installed that this morning. What does it do to DirectX? Wait, no, let's not do that. Whoop. Crix the Oaf. A wobbly-looking figure approaches. Void, the void, I hear it, but I cannot touch it. Where am I? Void. Because you've gone mad, unworthy. Void does not bow to the weak. Quickly, fool, with us, so that we might bring you back from the brink. What do you think, chat? Did I flood the tower? No. But I did flood my moat. I was trying to build floor on top of the tower, and then I stopped building because I realized I was building the wrong thing. So what do you think, chat? Do we bring in a third undead person? Or nah? They can also have, like, relationships and get married and stuff. Yeah, you know what? Quickly, fool. Get in here. Get in here, weakling. You shall be one of us. Clearly this ancient is too far into the void sickness to understand you. Oh, no. Are you mine? Nope, you are definitely mine. You desperately need some energy. You're also really fucking weak. All right, so I'm assuming you'll claim this second out tomb that I have down here, because this one is owned by the two that are a couple, but I will make a third one just in case. So I need a immortality tomb, these. Actually, rather, I need to make this into an immortality tomb, and then that also into an immortality tomb. And in order to make an immortality tomb, I need a Voidweave sarcophagus and a Void Cell. So, Void Weave, Void W, and Void Cell, which I don't have enough for. What do I need? I need a Void Crystal. All right, well, I'll make a Void Crystal. Which I need 10 void shards for. So I should quickly make some void shards. Yay, more dead people. Yeah, we get another dead boy. Person thing. Bony person. Is there any particular reason you're not doing the thing I need you to do? That's not what I wanted. I wanted to make a chaos construct. No, transmogrification thingy. This thing. But this person's like refusing to do stuff, and I don't know why. Maybe I gotta make another one. Let's try that. Oh, I need 2 void cells. I need a few void cells, actually. Lectern of Knowledge, a seat, and a bookcase. Because undead guy gotta sit. Bringing all those stones up. Also like that they light up. Little things. The rooms all light up when they're done. You're just hanging out there. You're just hanging out there. Claims that you're moving. Let's try making void shards out of wood, because for some reason they're not actually making void shards out of the materials that I need them to. Because I need them to be doing something pretty specific, and they're not doing it. Thinking about maybe reloading the game. I've also never run into this before. I feel like I'm probably missing a step somewhere, but I'm not sure what it is. Let's pause game for a second. Go to production. Oh, I see the issue here. I need them all doing this stuff. Void work. So that they don't avoid work. I think that worked. Yeah, they're all running off and grabbing wood now. Yeah, there you go. That's what I need you to do. Okay, so I had one dude. I just had skill priorities wrong. It's my own fault. Keeping people alive is important. Yeah, I guess the thing that makes me sad about this game is I think that this game has a lot of charm and a lot of promise and a lot of potential and a lot of things going for it, and it kind of just gets ignored. Like, a lot of people just completely ignore this game, and I think that that's a massive bummer. So I would like to see this game kind of get more credit, I guess. Okay, so I need to make more void crystals, which should just be my priority currently, because I don't really need more workers currently, but I do need more void crystals. So rather than making workers, I'm going to, which I don't currently have yet, my retrograde arcanium never got finished. I guess I didn't finish that yesterday. I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. I just went off and started doing other things. Right, this. Right, I'm remembering now. Because I need the retrograde arcanium to actually... Okay, no, I get it. We gotta dig. Oh, cleaning up your room? Cheers, man. I hope that the cleaning has been productive. I have a problem. I need a void crystal. And in order to get a void crystal, I need to find one. Spellbook of Cleaving. Is there any other ways to break down void crystals? Is there like a much more costly way of doing it? Okay, yeah, there is another way for me to do it. So I just need more void shards, which we're working on. Person has been sighted? Oh no, hostiles. This person, little goblin person's here to fight me. Look at this guy. Get him, boys. Go beat the crap out of him. This is like the equivalent of a goblin snatcher. It's up on my wall and hitting me. Got him. Let's take his stuff. My wall seems very inefficient currently. Let's take his stuff. I have webcams going until I swap to evening game, at which point then I go into chill mode and slouch and usually fall out of the camera's view, so it's not super attractive. But yes, I do still technically have a camera. Also, it's a GoPro, it's not just a webcam. It's a fancy webcam. So, yeah, I do have the camera usually, but usually when it gets later in the day and I've been streaming for like 6 or 7 plus hours, I just kind of shut the camera off and go into chill mode. Then I don't feel like I need to be talking as much. I also don't need to, like, have an awake-looking facial expression, you know? Like, I don't have to come across as, it's half the effort, basically. I don't have to put as much effort into, like, being entertaining. I can just ramble. Makes my job easier, basically. Tom, we should hang out at some point in the next 3 years. Go get lunch or something once the world goes back to normal-ish. Where's my inventory? I got 7 void shards. I don't actually need that many more shards. No, I don't live in America, Incredible Hal, and UFOs only ever show up in America. Who else has weed tonight? I've had weed in my house for the last, like, 6 years. So, tonight? Sure? Should also state that weed is legal here, so it's very easy to just, like, you know, get that shit. Audio, what's up? It's good to see you. I hope the dinner was good, Audio. Can you guys make me that frickin' gem, please? Should I just chop down more wood? Maybe put more wood into a wood stockpile? Not up and on the walls, but everywhere else, sure. Just leftover taco meat. Sometimes simple's good. But yeah, notice how most UFO sightings happen in America, but never anywhere else in the world. It's like the Bermuda Triangle and then the US of A, and that's like it. It's almost like UFO sightings happen very frequently in countries with very unchecked military budgets. Just saying. That being said, Ancient Aliens is a pretty good TV show. Best comedy ever. Go get him, my zombies. Well, not really zombies. Go get him, my demon pretties. UFOs seem popular in Mexico. UFOs make money. They bring tourists. There's aliens out there, but no, I've never seen a UFO. The only flying objects I've ever seen in my life have been perfectly identifiable. Thank you very much. And don't they even like not call them UFOs anymore? It's like unidentified aerial thing. It's like something else now. It's not no longer UFOs. They changed the branding on it. Those spices used to be priceless and found in a desperate place on Earth, and now they cost $1 and are in every grocery store. I'll have you know I grow my own spices and my own herbs. It's summertime! Just like real life. Oh no. No, the game's saving. That seems to be working, I think. Okay, how come all three of you guys are idle? It's like I have your skills set. Not entirely certain why they're refusing to do void labor. I have an imp named Cake, which is kind of funny. Harvest, survival, metalwork, void work. Clear, remove, evocation, fight with magic. Cat have appeared on the map. Shoutouts to Cat. Someone told you that you had to grow your own cinnamon tree to be self-sufficient for your own oatmeal in the morning? You put cinnamon in your oatmeal? I don't believe I've ever done that. I need to try that now. I'm more of a, like a berries in my oatmeal kind of person. Berries and nuts. Cinnamon sounds very sweet. Brown sugar and a splash of milk. For me, it's usually nuts, and then it's usually like a crushed almond or two, 1 or 2 almonds. Not a lot of almonds, 1 or 2. Hemp seeds if I have them, or rather hemp hearts if I have them. Then usually blackberries, strawberries, raspberries, or blueberries, whatever's in season. And then either almond milk or regular milk, whatever I have at the time. Usually it's almond milk because almond milk doesn't have carbs. So I usually use almond milk. I realize almond milk's bad for the environment. Please don't fucking yell at me. But it has less carbs, so I don't need to count it, making my life a lot easier. And sometimes I take the selfish easy option. As long as we don't get tigers and bears, we're all good, right, Ren? As long as we don't get tigers and bears, right? We all good? I'm actually curious, how deep does this game go? So it's 64 Z levels. Significantly shallower than DF. In that regard, not a bad thing, it's just, it's a lot shallower. Shingles. Put roofs. Yeah, we'll have wild blackberries here. Give it like, give it another three or 4 weeks. We'll have that. I live in the middle of a city, but like there's tons of overgrown alleyways that are just fucking full of blackberries. So I will definitely go blackberry picking. I do every year. Blackberries, also very low in carbs. God, I sound like a fucking, I don't know. I don't sound like I used to, the way I talk about food. Kind of makes me sad sometimes. Okay, so I got 8 void shards. Why aren't you guys making void shards? I have them all queued up. You have the jobs assigned. Why aren't you doing it? It's like I have plenty of all of these things, and they're not using any of those things. Okay, I'm just going to do the thing where I do this. Let's try that. Lost like 4 seconds of progress. Okay, now they're making void charts. All right, so there is like some AI bugs in this. They weren't doing what I needed them to do. I loaded it as save, and now they're doing it. You little bastards. God dang it. So I guess if stuff stops working, just load and save. Load a save. Makes sense. Hold on a second. I wonder. I'm curious about something. Chaos Construct requires a Void Forge. Void Forge. Shard. Void landmine. Chunk. Void cell. Do I have any buildings that require void cells? Okay. So I'm going to deconstruct that void cell so that I can build one over here so I can make more. Over here in this thing. The retrograde arcanium, which requires a animal pen and what? Why did I just put an animal pen in that? What am I even doing? No, I need a, where is it? Retrograde arcanium, which I'm very confused about at the exact moment in time. This thing. The retrograde arcanium has a temporal displacer in it already. But what it needs is a void cell. So void cell, this thing needs to go there. And then I should be able to make more void crystals, which will solve my problem. But on the bright side, my little tower's looking cool. So that part's nice. So now what I need, I've got 43 void shards. That's a much better number. Okay, so now I got 43 void shards. And now I can go to my soon-to-be retrograde arcanium, which is not here yet. There it is. And they should be able to make a few of these, which is what I need to make most of my buildings. I guess they're all just busy right now. You use almond milk too, or when you can, or dissolve almond paste into water, which is probably worse. They like literally the only reason I use almond milk is because it has no carbs. And so I don't need to count it. There's nothing that's a bigger pain in the ass than like wanting some more milk on your oatmeal and not having enough carbs already allowed to be able to have more milk on your oatmeal. There's few things in life worse than that. And it's a frequent occurrence for me. Looks like some of my petty little servants are running out of time now, which is all good. I don't need them anyway. All right, let's hack through some of these side walls back here. Hopefully we won't need to dig anything else or place anything else, but maybe we will. And if we do, that's fine. Yeah, we won't need to. We good. Oh yeah, well, I mean, it's not a certain amount of resilience or ability to handle tasks. It's not so much that. It's more just like I advocate a lot for environmental shit, and so when I do things that are like not exactly environmentally friendly, I feel kind of like I'm going back on what I am constantly advocating for, you know? Which isn't the best feeling in the world, but like you were saying, there's only so many things that each person can do. Tile. You came into an essay? I mean, welcome my chat. It's good to see you too. What's wrong with an essay? Don't make Infinity feel bad. Infinity feels bad enough just saying hello. Me and Infinity are just happen to be having an engaging discussion, Voidlock. Nothing wrong with that, I think. Right, Infinity? Nothing wrong. How you doing, Voidlock? This is Odd Realm. It's a game that my patrons selected that I check back in on after a very, very, very long break from it. Didn't play this game for over a year. So, checking back in. Trying it out again. It's a pretty low maintenance little cute town builder that draws a lot of inspirations from Dwarf Fortress. Although if you play in the harder biomes, it gets pretty hard. So I'm just kind of playing this as like a low maintenance chill game for the evening. We're playing these little undead dudes that summon the souls of poor, unknowing deads to make them into critters that do our bidding. Not evil, just we don't like living. That's all. You could not live without it. I'm trying to go longer this year. Every year I try and go a little longer without AC. How you doing, Zane? It's been a minute. We're just chilling with some of this. Looks like some of my dead servants need their corpses collected. Bum, bum, bum. Bones, which I can make into better servants. Not having a mad roommate because it's too hot is not worth the cost. Yeah. No, I mean, like, the problem for me is if it does get too hot, and part of the reason why I've moved my office over here is I'm better at tolerating heat when I'm awake. I'm not as good at tolerating heat when I'm asleep. So I've moved part of the reason why I moved my desk into the other area of my apartment is so that I can sleep next to a window, and otherwise I would probably have the AC set up already by now, based on how hot it was the past few days. Hey, look, a little berry bush. Blackberries. Ooh. Not that we need them. Because we are evil, I guess. Do 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 do. Been going through some Stellaris every night with friends. Good stuff, man. Hope that's been fun. All right, let's do a little bit more digging underground. This is our big underground quarry. Bunch of my guys are just poofing off out of existence, which is kind of funny. This is RTS Minecraft. I don't like saying this is this game plus this game. So instead of saying it's RTS Minecraft or agreeing with you, I shall shake my head at your statement and state that this is a game that is heavily inspired by Dwarf Fortress and kind of falls into this town builder or colony builder subgenre of things, because it is certainly not an RTS and it's definitely not Minecraft. One could call it a town builder, a colony simulator, or a god game, something along those lines. Yeah, but here's the thing, right? As a streamer, it's a joke that I hear 15 times a day. So instead of acknowledging the joke, I simply give the correct answer, which is no, it's not that. You know, if that's not your shtick, then that's fine. But I mean, to me, it's kind of demeaning to developers and their work saying, "Oh, you made this game plus this game and this game." It's like, nah, that's not what this is. I don't like degrading games down to, oh, it's a clone of this plus this. I won't ever do that. If you want to, you can. I won't. Yes, but it's funny when you see it once a week. It's not funny when you get those comments 15 times a day. And I get those comments 15 times a day. So I choose to, as I said earlier, not really acknowledge the joke, nor think it's funny. Yes, which is why if somebody jokes about a game being a Souls clone, I will simply tell you that that is incorrect. Does that make sense? Because sure, I see kind of the humor that you're trying to make, but I don't think it's funny. It's just incorrect. So instead, I will just simply give you the correct answer, which is no, this is not RTS Minecraft. Oh, really? You could theoretically record and stream from it? That's kind of neat. Need to get these bones up to the surface. I mean, I hate when people misinterpret the subgenre of roguelikes, which is 99% of people who talk about roguelikes these days, so, you know. We all have our kryptonite. I don't know. I don't like when people say, "Oh, this is this game plus this game." I will never really give a helpful answer when posed with that question. It's just kind of a pet peeve, even if it's not inherently wrong. Why it's just a genre? Because people are wrong. Most people refer to roguelikes as one specific mechanic from roguelikes, which is permadeath and the run-based nature of them. But a game can be run-based and very much not be a roguelike. And most games that are run-based are not roguelikes, and most run-based games are not roguelikes. In order to be like Rogue, you have to have some very specific details, but I'm just not going to argue it because the vast majority of people who think they're talking about and enjoy roguelikes don't know what they're talking about and aren't playing roguelikes. So, to put it simply, right? In order to be a roguelike, you have to be a turn-based, procedurally generated game with no meta progression, discoverable mysteries every run, and have some form of like mystery learning curve that you have to learn every run, right? And most games that call themselves roguelikes have procedural generation, sure, meta progression, which stops them from being roguelike, and are not turn-based. So it's the equivalent of calling StarCraft a turn-based strategy game, which is fucking stupid. Last time I checked, StarCraft is an RTS, right? Nobody calls XCOM an RTS because XCOM's a TBS, a turn-based strategy, or even more specific, if you want to get down to it, they're a tile-based tactics game. Like, to me, I tend to agree with the top-down thing as well. But to me, it's like, I understand how fans of CRPGs felt when people started calling Skyrim an RPG, or like any Elder Scrolls game an RPG, because Elder Scrolls games are action-adventure games, not RPGs. People need to be able to categorize things, but they also need to be able to categorize them in such a way that doesn't cannibalize the existence of niche genres. And roguelikes are a very specific niche genre that have existed longer than most video game genres. We stopped calling first-person shooters Doom clones for a reason because Doom clones are a very specific thing. You know, everybody knows exactly what a 4X is, right? We don't call 4Xs real-time strategies because they're 4Xs. That's something very specific. And fans of 4X games will literally cut your balls off if you call a 4X game a real-time strategy game. It's the exact same thing as roguelikes. Yes, but roguelite is so close to roguelike, it's completely fucking irrelevant. Okay? Because most roguelites, the only game the only games that actually fit that term, people end up calling roguelikes anyway. But anyway, I don't want to discuss this with you, Voidlock, because I see the arguments that you're making, and it's just going to do one thing, and it's just going to upset me. So if you want to upset me, that's totally cool. But if you want to upset me, I'm just going to time you out. So, smile. Guys, I've been streaming for 9 hours, and I don't want to take your shit nor argue with you because I am sorry I disagree. And that's my ending of the discussion. I mean, that's exactly what you're starting to do, is starting to argue. It's a friendly discussion? No. The discussion's over, and that's the problem. And my side lost. My terms for a genre, for a style of game that I love, are considered completely wrong and irrelevant by the vast majority of people who play video games. So it's not a discussion. It hasn't been a discussion for a very long time. It's just me being sad that, well, I lost the fight. So if you wanted a friendly discussion, what you should have done is, what you should do if you want a friendly discussion is stop calling Hades a roguelike, because it's not a roguelike. You should stop calling Binding of Isaac a roguelike, because it's not a roguelike. You should stop calling Risk of Rain 2, a game I love, a roguelike, because it's not a fucking roguelike. We'll talk to every single games journalist who does. And then when they stop doing that, then there might be actually a discussion again. But there hasn't been a discussion for a long time. I'm just exhausted with this whole discussion, Voidlock. That's basically it. I'm tired of being told that I'm wrong, and I'm tired of being yelled at, and I'm tired of being disagreed with and laughed at every time I bring this topic up, and I'm tired of being ignored when I put my arguments forward and told, no, you're wrong. So whenever it comes up, I'm just immediately already exhausted and tired of the discussion, regardless of how civil the discussion is. Any good stories? What do you mean by played? Like, played any games with good stories? I replayed, why am I blanking on the name of it? Like, I replayed a game like 3 days ago that I like. Hold on, let me look. What was the name of it? I'm tired. It's been a long day. Oh, I replayed Florence. That was the name of it. Florence is a beautiful little game. Have I played Cogmind? Yes. That's a fucking good roguelike. Although Cogmind has this problem where it makes my eyes hurt after a bit. Which isn't really a fault of the game. It's more of a fault of me. But so I can't play it for very long, unfortunately. Thanks for the bit, Anonymous Cheer. Bits, Anonymous Cheer. How does this game compare to Dwarf Fortress? It would be unfair to compare this game to Dwarf Fortress, because Dwarf Fortress has been in development for a very, very, very long time. This game's been in development since, I think it was 2016. The developer started prototyping it, so try anyway. It doesn't compare. Dwarf Fortress is a far superior game. Do you understand now why it's not fair to compare this game to Dwarf Fortress? What this game does have is it has unique races that play very differently. Different features, not less features. Has significantly less depth, significantly less complexity, a lot of character and a lot of music and a lot of neat ideas. So I don't like comparing games to other games. Especially games like Dwarf Fortress. That's not fair. That's just not fair. It's like when people are like, "What can you compare RimWorld to Dwarf Fortress?" It's like, no, it's fucking stupid because they're completely different games with completely different goals and completely different outcomes. It's like that play completely differently, and that's kind of the same thing here. It's like, well, sure, they're both colony builders, but like outside of that, it's the end game outcome is completely different. It's not trying to be DF, no. It certainly is inspired by DF, but it's not trying to be DF. No, it's like saying compare Call of Duty to Arma. That's actually like a decent example there. Compare Call of Duty to Arma is about the equivalent of asking, compare Dwarf Fortress to a game that is inspired by Dwarf Fortress. It's like, well, all right. Arma's an extremely detailed sandbox with a lot of problems. Does it have any panic moments? So I'm playing in the easiest possible biome. So for me, currently, not really. But the first time I played it several years ago when I played in a harder biome, yes. If you have mean neighbors, they will show up and fuck your shit up. And when you dig, you will dig into these tombs, which I dug into a couple of already, which are full of things that will also fuck your shit up. And also have carrots in them sometimes, which are delicious. We ate them. How do the undead grow a colony? You have to find more of them. You find them underground, and you mine them out of the tombs. If you're playing the humans and you run into the undead, they will fight with you. But if you're playing the undead and you run into the undead, they will befriend you. Sometimes more undead people will just show up, and most of your colony is made up of these guys, these little floating demon dudes, or these guys, these little running imp dudes. With the little floating demon dudes are made out of shards, which are made out of resources that are broken down at the alchemy place. And then the big dudes are made out of bones and shards. And then there's other people that you can summon as well, and you can also use other materials plus shards and bones and other fun things to make spells for your lich people. You could also play the humans and then do the old-fashioned hanky-panky and crafty and farming stuff. If that also floats your boat. And there's 2 other playable races coming. I'm just playing on an easy biome because I'm trying to remind myself how to actually play this game. I'll do a second run a little bit later in the month, playing as the humans, and we'll play in a harder area and be a little bit more risky, if you will. Yeah, basically. So it's like you're building a necromancer tower in Dwarf Fortress, and you play the necromancers and command an army of necromancer experiments, kind of. If that's a good comparison. Yeah, I got a bunch of void crystals, I think. Yeah, those are void crystals. Cool. All right. What do I need to build the void crystals? Now that I have void crystals. I mean, I could also start working on linens, which I need plant cloth to make, I think. Because if I... Where's the tailor? Clother. Plant fiber. I can make linen cloth. Okay, so if I take plant fiber, I can then make wooden cloth. Yeah, the little people also have their own personalities and can
Many people
get together
ask me,
and
Nikita,
be friends and all that other fun stuff.
Please.
People will show up and raid you and demand resources if you don't give in. Like, I had some pesky humans show up and demand 2 rocks. If I didn't give them 2 rocks, they would invade me. So I gave them 2 rocks because I have like 50,000 rocks. So it didn't seem too much of a threat, but I'm assuming those will get tougher to fulfill. Ryan, what's up? How's things? So I think the amplifier on that Fluence went. 2 rocks. No 2 rock, then I stab you face. I mean, come on, it was just 2 rocks. I was like, all right, if you really want those, you can have them. I don't need your damn rocks. What am I gonna do with these? I'm just digging down slowly. We demand a shrubbery. I mean, we demand a something. That's for sure. I don't know a what, but we demand a something. When you run into humans while playing undead, you have to fight them. You make the humans into more undead. Well, you make the humans dead so you can make those into undead. I don't know, I'm just guessing at this point. You guys are asking me for more information than I actually have about this game at this point, because my knowledge about this game is quite dated. To give you an idea, like, they had no relationships or any kind of interactions. There wasn't seasons in the game the last time I played, so like it's been a while. The game's changed quite a bit in the time that I've played. Or in the time since I last played, rather. I genuinely don't know for a lot of these questions. It's like, I don't know. All I know is that they recently added migrating. The last time I played this game, I discovered okay, so humans would go insane if there was rotting food around them, right? And I discovered that if you planted melons, melons would grow faster than they could harvest them. And if they grew faster than they could harvest them, even if you only planted a single melon, eventually they would just grow, the speed at which they would grow would accelerate. And so if you plant 1 melon, within a couple of weeks in game, you would have dozens, probably more than that, worth of melons. And when you have dozens of melons, then they start going insane because there's rotten melons everywhere on the ground. And it sounds really funny, but it stopped being funny extremely quickly when everybody started going insane and dying of starvation and refusing to eat because there was rotten melons everywhere. So I guess the moral of the story is, don't fucking use melons! Yeah, so we died of a melon explosion, basically. Or melon spiral? Yeah, sure, melon spiral. That works. Stricken by melancholy. We were a very melancholic, like settlement at the time. So yeah, that was my first experience playing this game. Then I didn't play it for 6 months. So yeah, melons are dangerous. Don't underestimate the power of melon. Also, it was kind of funny because the developer was like, yeah, so I fixed that because of you. I was like, well, thanks. Apparently, the developer stated he doesn't like melons, and so thus he never used melons, even though we put them in the game and didn't realize he had that bug. So, yeah, indie game development, everybody. Doesn't like melons. Yeah, I know, right? Dude, recently I've met a lot of people who don't like melons, and I think they're all mad. Like, absolutely mad. Although, one of the weirdest food dislikes that I've encountered recently is somebody on the Halcyon Frequency Discord loves mushrooms, but not brown mushrooms. Only white mushrooms. Which I think is bonkers. Because, like, I'm pretty sure most common, like, food mushrooms are, like, the exact... come in multiple colors, and they taste identical. I also love melons. I would die without melons. Like, who the fuck needs ice cream when you got melons, man? I always have mushroom. Like, there are 3 things that I splurge unreasonable amounts of money on in the grocery store. Asparagus, papayas. Well, actually 4 things. Asparagus, papayas, avocados, and mushrooms. Those are the 4 things that I will spend unreasonable amounts of money on that are way too fucking expensive in the grocery store. Also, I don't think I need to dig like this for reference. I'm pretty sure I can just like dig a mine shaft just straight up and down. Let's actually try that. Let's dig right here. Because I'm pretty sure they can just climb down. Let's just try doing that. See what happens. I'll put a little wall around it. Get over here, boys. It's going to take them a bit to actually get out of the hole. Dragon fruit? Dragon fruit's amazing. Yeah, I'm going to speed up time so that they get out of the hole quicker. It's a pretty deep hole in their defense. And then go up here and go build and then shingle? Yeah, there we go, shingles. Oh, the game's saving. Yeah, I don't know. I recommend this game to people who are looking for a town builder that kind of lightly does the Dwarf Fortress feel without actually being Dwarf Fortress and plays quite a bit differently than Dwarf Fortress. Okay, are they stuck already? They might be. I guess I get to build a ladder now. Lad. Oh, I see. Can I just do the Dwarf Fortress thing and just build a big old ladder? I think I can. Wait, what? Did you cancel that? What is the hotkey? I know there's actually a hotkey to move up and down Z levels in this. If I could just like... Q. There we go. Need to make a lad. Wait, what? The fuck was that? Never mind, this just works. They will just climb up and down. They don't need ladders. That's actually really cool. So that's my mine shaft now, that blue hole right there. Huh. Let's see what happens when we hit the bottom. Go, boys. Keep digging. I know humans were having problems with this, with starving to death in these mine shafts, but... I mean, I need dinner soon, Freskins, so I hope you have a good evening. Two new blueprints have been discovered. I wish I had the chance to click that, because I don't know what those were. That's a lot of digging. A sable tile can now be made? Oh, new materials discovered. So one partner who dated you for a bit said that she wanted you to prepare them for her and then said she didn't want to talk to you again for the foreseeable future with no reason. What, for dragon fruit or artichoke dip? Regardless, that's kind of crazy. I mean, I feel like that would probably not have a huge market. Because I don't think that there's very many disembodied ghosts out there. Okay. I appear to have hit bedrock stuff that I can't dig through. Oh, there they go. Well, that's kind of neat. I was kind of hoping I hit lava or something. That doesn't appear to be the case, though. At least not yet. Currently, it just appears to be a place where all my dudes down here are very stuck. Owl have appeared. It's even better when cat have appeared. Ooh! Visitors! Kush Kashin, a frog person, says hi. I'm so glad to see you. Please make yourselves at home. I am Kush. My friends call me Kush. Where's Kush Kush when I need him? My enemies call me Kush. I'm going to call you Kush. Nice. I'm just mining into your house. I hope you don't mind, Kush. Holy shit, you have a lot of health. My guys have 96 HP. This guy has 10,006. Well, Kush Kashin is very strong. Big wizard. There's an amber opal deposit back there. Well, We found Koosh. His friends call him Koosh. Yeah, he does have 1d20 plus 20 attack. My guys have 1d10 plus 12. I mean, he'd win just on the sheer number of HPs. So I don't think I'd want to fight Koosh. Even though his friends call him Koosh and his enemies also call him Koosh. That just seems like a unkoosh thing to try to do. I don't know who Koosh is or what we do with Koosh, but Koosh seems chill, yeah. I mean, he's just living underground in an inaccessible box. So yeah, he's probably pretty chill. I feel like Koosh is probably like, what's the name of that fucking dude who lives on the tiny planet in Dragon Ball? God, what the fuck's the name of that? Just someone's gonna know the name of that guy who lives by himself. King Kai. It kind of reminds me of King Kai. I don't know why. Just like super strong dude who's super chill. It just makes no sense. Can't possibly survive where he survives, but just lives there anyway. Yeah, like King Kai. I haven't watched a Dragon Ball in about 10 years, okay? I lived with my parents the last time I watched Dragon Ball, so like probably 2011. So yeah, it's probably actually been about 10 years since I last watched Dragon Ball. But we dug a really big hole and found King Koosh. Or Koosh or whatever. We've stonified our living space and put up a wall. We paid a debt to the humans of 3 rocks because they demanded. Kooshi Mane. Kooshi Mane is definitely his SoundCloud rapper name. You can't deny it. Koosh Kashin, that's his name. Koosh Kashin is male. He's mage. He is very warm. He's extremely hot, actually. He's got very low cold tolerance. I wonder if I could drown Koosh Koosh. Because, like, I could very easily reroute this water into there. Kooshi Mane's his brother. Yeah, definitely. Gonna be hard to drain that water? Yeah, I ain't draining that water. Definitely ain't draining that water. Maybe project for another day. Regardless, I think us and our little army of ghouls are gonna say goodnight, chat. Because I've been live for 9.5 hours, and I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting kind of hungry. But this is the Patreon game for the month, which means I will be playing a lot of this over the next 30 days. Well, until the month ends. So we will be playing a bunch more of this. I will probably move this base around a couple of times and do other things. If you want to support the Patreon at a tier where you can vote on the game, it's literally just $1 a month. It's kind of my entry point. For those of you who missed it, the other day I put up a video with Krug Smash on YouTube. Hey, Brander, what's up? The other day I put up a video on the YouTube channel featuring Krug Smash where we chat about Dwarf Fortress for like an hour. If you want to support me on Patreon, there's a link where you can do that. I've been on for 9.5 hours, Brander. I'm toast. Hi, Holy. It's good to see you too. I gotta find someone to send you guys over to though, because like I said, I'm kind of done. It's been a long day. Cheers, guys, for the bits, and thanks everybody for hanging out today. Good discussions all around. Good chit chats. Lots of chit chats. Who can I send you over to? Who's on? Who's cool? That's always a tricky question, isn't it? That there's always a tricky question. No need to apologize. Well, I just did. I don't know if you have, but you should go watch the video I did with Krugs. Because I'm very happy with how that turned out. Very, very, very goddamn happy. I feel like everybody's playing Minecraft because that new update came out. Ooh, I know who I can send you guys to. Kairazi's streaming some Cogmine shit. Go watch Kairazi play his game. Because he made it. Literally. He could say, I made this smile with Cogmine. Because he did. You guys have a good night. Thanks so much for watching. I'll be on tomorrow, bright and early. Hopefully I can make that record player work tonight. Because that's fucked up that it's not. I will see you guys tomorrow, bright and early, normal time. With or without music. Peace.